Hi, Dr. Rosie. It's AJ Hurst with the Ortho Guru. Here's your marketing audit. I hope that it proves valuable to you. We're going to start here on your website, and I just want to talk a little bit about the kind of traffic and rankings that your website is currently getting and ways that we might improve that. First off, it's not a bad-looking website. It's done by West. They do a lot of orthodontic websites, and it's a pretty standard template, so they look similar, but they do function well, and they function well on mobile, which is, of course, very important today. In terms of traffic, you're not getting a lot. So this tool that I have, it was showing 36 visitors this past month, but that was a gigantic spike over what you're normally getting, which is less than 10 visitors per month. So I think this is more of an anomaly than a trend. And for the traffic that you are getting, it's very much centered on your name, which is not ideal because that's people who already know you and are directly searching for you. So you're not going to be reaching a new large audience who is looking for a new orthodontist to visit. So how do we improve rankings? Now, I don't want to get too technical on this search engine optimization, SEO, which is the rankings in Google, and how we do that, because I don't want to see your eyes just glaze over. But to be brief, the main way that you can do that is improving the content on your website, which is the actual written words on your website, speaking directly to what people are going to be searching for. So if you want them to be coming to your website for orthodontist Port St. Lucie, orthodontist Stewart, orthodontist Treasure Coast even, or clear braces, whatever version of those keyword terms, you need to have those baked into the content on your website, because Google comes through, they read your website, and that helps them determine how relevant your website is to people who are searching for those terms. And Google will show the most relevant results, because that's the whole basis of Google, is to provide the most relevant results. So that's what they're looking for. Along with content, the other thing you can do is to improve the titles, and I can't really show you that on this video, but each page of your website has its own title, and Google will look at that and give a lot of weight to what you title your web page. Does that make sense? So you can tell Google what you're about, and then the content matches that, and Google will consider your site much more relevant. The other way that you can do it is backlinks, and that's just a term for kind of the internet's popularity contest. So the more links you have to your site from other websites, as long as those websites are trustworthy and powerful websites, Google will consider your site more relevant, more trustworthy, and more powerful, and rank you higher. So that's as far as I want to go on SEO, because it can get real dry after that. But the other thing that I want to point out is the other real important source for local traffic would be the map pack. And let me show you what I mean by the map pack. This is the map pack. So whenever you search, Google brings up 3 results of local results right up at the top. If you can be in these results, you're going to get a lot more traffic to your website. Your map listing is probably not going to be ranking very high for several reasons. You don't have a lot of, again, similar to backlinks on a website, you can have what's called citations, which are links to your map listing. The Google reviews, you don't have very many reviews. I think that those do influence the rankings. And as well, you have very few images, which tells me that overall it's just not a very optimized map listing. There's a lot we could do to improve the ranking of your map listings. Again, I hope I'm not glossing over it, but I don't want to see your eyes gloss over. Next, I'll take a look at your Facebook page. So you've got a lot of engagement on your Facebook page, or rather than engagement, you have a lot of activity. You don't have a ton of engagement, but you do have some. I'd like to see that grow. The difficulty with Facebook and social media in general is that as a business, you are going to be limited in your reach. So when you post on Facebook, you're probably only going to reach about 10% of your audience, and that's just all across Facebook. Facebook wants you to pay to have your ads placed and seen. That's just kind of the nature of Facebook now. They've dramatically limited in recent years the reach of business pages. So what I do like is that you have 27 reviews on Facebook. That's a good start. I'd like to see that increase. Similar to the results on the reviews on Google, I'd like to see those increase. That's going to really improve people's perception of you, and it's going to influence their buying decision. Does that make sense? So just to show you a little bit of what could be possible, I wanted to show you one of your competitors. And I know that he has several offices. I think he's at least in your general area and it would be considered a competitor. He has quite a bit of traffic. He has anywhere from 300 to 500 visitors per month to his website. There are still a pretty good volume of that is for his name, Legler Orthodontics, but as well he does rank for some of those service and location-oriented keyword search terms. So it is going to be bringing more people to his website. And ultimately, more people to his site is giving him more opportunity to gain patients. That's the bottom line. That's what we're going for, is to give you more opportunity. And one of the difficult things with your area is that a lot of the search volumes are fairly low on Google, at least that I'm seeing with some of these tools, which are going to vary a bit, but I don't think that there's a huge volume of search terms. And in order to do the SEO, we would need to start figuring out what some more of those search terms are that are going to drive qualified traffic to your website. And I'd like to use that as a segue into talking about paid ads. I think that paid ads are a fantastic way to get more traffic, get it quicker than SEO, and get some results into your practice real quick. So let me show you what I mean by paid ads. I'm talking about AdWords, which on Google is what shows up above the map pack. And you can see one of the nearby orthodontists is doing some AdWords. Not the best job, and I can get into that a little bit more later on, but he is doing it, and that is going to be driving traffic to his website. So let's talk about the contrast between SEO and paid ads. SEO is a long-term commitment. Nothing happens overnight with Google. You have to prove to Google the relevance and quality of your website. So it takes, 3 to 9 months before you're going to really see results. It is worth it because the majority of clicks are going to be going to that number one position in the search engine results page, search engine results page. As well, though, your website needs to be optimized for conversion so that when traffic does come to your website, you're able to convert it into actual engagement and action. And it does take, like I said, it takes concerted effort and a commitment of time. What I think would be a good way for you to maybe start out and begin getting some quicker results would be paid ads. And it would be AdWords or Facebook ads. And if you spent any time scrolling through Facebook, you already know what Facebook ads are. They come up in your news feed all the time. And it's a great way to reach out to a new audience. Facebook is a fantastic platform, massive user base, and people are on it daily. The great thing about paid ads is you can get a very quick results, which translates to a quick return on your investment. When you launch the ads, they're live almost immediately, and people will start clicking on them and providing their info or calling into your office. It's like having a mobile billboard that you get to choose who sees it, when they see it, where they see it, and then you can track very effectively what they're doing, i.e., they're clicking on it or they're calling you directly from it. It's much easier to track your return on investment than with a billboard or a newsletter or a phone book listing. So when we're looking at paid ads, the important thing to remember is the goal of paid ads needs to be very focused, very clear of getting patients. People talk all about all kinds of different metrics and ways to measure the effectiveness, but ultimately, are you getting new patients from your paid ads? Because if you're not, you're wasting money. And it's probably because you're not tracking it well to know if patients are actually coming in from that route or another route. So with paid ads, we can get patients now, and we want to get them at the lowest cost. That's how you're going to get the most bang for your buck and get that great return on investment. We also can get patients later because as people give us their information, some of them you're not going to get a response back from. They'll give you their phone number, you'll try and call them, they won't answer, but eventually you will get a hold of them, at least a percentage of them, and you'll have that pipeline of sales, that pipeline of potential patients that you can continue to nurture that relationship, stay in the front of their mind, and eventually when you are in the front of their mind, you'll be the first person that they think of when they actually are ready to make a buying decision. Here's some keys to paid ad success that I'll wrap this up with, and if you want to dive deeper into paid ads, I would be happy to cover just exactly what I do, how I do it, and how it differs from everybody else, because that's rule number one, is don't do what everyone else is doing. 99% of advertisers, they are still operating in the mindset of 5, 10, 15 years ago, where you just had to kind of throw up any old ad on Google and it was going to get clicks and it was going to get results for you. Now the competition is much steeper. The ads are much more refined. And if you are not getting that top 1% performance that the 99% won't work for, you're going to be wasting money and you're not going to get a good return on your investment. And part of that is to develop a compelling offer that cuts through the noise. You need to have an irresistible offer that people are just compelled to respond to, because Facebook, Google, the whole internet is a big distraction. And if you can't cut through that distraction and gain attention, you are going to fail. As well, when people click on it, when people click on that offer, it needs to go to a dedicated landing page. If you see Vakani Ortho, they are sending people just directly to their website. That's a very bad idea, because just like any other website, here's Legler Ortho again, and he is running some ads as well, and they are going to his website. So when people come here, sure, they can get a consultation or they can call, but they can also get office info, new patient info, braces 101, and there's so many distractions, it's unlikely that they are going to actually call the office. They're going to look at all this other stuff, and it's going to decrease the rate of response because it's just distracting. So you need to run that traffic to a dedicated landing page and have a way for people to quickly and easily respond to your offer by having that next step very easy and very clear. And then as you're running your ads, you have to let the market data dictate your optimization so that you are giving the market what the market wants, and that is how you're going to get the best results in your paid ads. This video is getting a little bit long. I hope that it answered some questions, provided some info, and if you would like to talk more about paid ads or SEO, I would be happy to have a conversation with you. There's a link on the webpage and in the email, and I look forward to talking with you. Thank you so much, Dr. Rosie. Have a great day.